In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. I want to make a response video to a reaction from a brother who became very upset with my comment. And that comment was, all men, regardless of race, nation, all of you, the male gender, I say, and I am open to show and prove to me or anyone that I am incorrect when I say all. And I will clarify what I mean when I say all. Donald Trump is the physical manifestation of the male mindset. All men are guilty of Donald Trump's actions. All. You cry about and say that Adolf Hitler was so bad. Adolf Hitler was no better than any other men that have came before him. All men have the same behavior. The only difference is the level that you reach. You have the same behavior, the same mindset. So I don't know why folks going around talk about how evil and wicked Adolf Hitler when all men have expressed the same behavior. The only time that I see in my research where men don't express such behaviors may be found in primitive tribes. Definitely not civilized. In order to create great civilization, you must be violent. You must destroy. That's how civilization. Somebody got to be your slave. Somebody got to give up what they had so that you can be this great whatever. Civilization brings us domestication or slavery. The first thing that began to happen was that men domesticated plants. Most of the plants that we eat are domesticated. They are not wild. They have become enslaved. We should be able to go out in the forest, out in the field, and we should be able to gather wild edibles, wild plants. But no, we capture some slaves, bring them to where we're at, and then we even manipulate the plant to benefit ourselves. So if you do a Google search, watermelon, corn, peas, whatever is your favorite, you will see that the wild version is nothing like the domesticated version. And then you create these hybrids and other things, and you manipulate plants and animals. for human benefit. These things do not benefit the plant or the animal. They benefit the human being. That's what civilization calls domestication. And then you look around at yourself, and the male views himself, I'm stronger. I'm physically stronger, so that makes me better. And looks at the female, who once was an equal partner, but now, in civilization, she becomes a slave. The only thing I want you to do is bear my children and cook and clean. Domesticated work. They call her work domesticated, meaning slave. And you will see this in so-called civilized society. There's nothing civilized about civilization. Civilization was good for technology. It's good for the arts, science or whatever. But for the human being, it took away our individual rights to live how we want to. Now we depend on a group of persons to allow us to live. We have to pay to live. We have to pay for water. In some instances, we have to pay for air. We have to pay to live on the earth that is free. That's what civilization has done. And all men have the same mindset in civilization. Again, in primitive societies, you might not see this. But definitely in civilization. And civilization, no doubt, is the most destructive period of time of the human being. Yes. And who is the leader? Men. Men who I am superior. I'm better. And then they begin endless wars because I'm the head Negro in charge. I'm bigger and stronger than the other man, so I'm going to destroy anything that he built, kick him to the curb, I'm going to take his woman, take his land, I'm going to make it mine. This is nothing to argue and debate, because it's in the history that they write. And it's justified by their religion. It's justified by their science. They even said that this behavior is natural. Destruction, murder, rape, robbery. I'm not going to ask you for nothing. I'm just going to take it. That's the mindset of civilization. But the way they teach it, they try to paint it like it's glory, glory, hallelujah. And it's all justified. It's just the natural way of life. One of the things that men teach as a man, I'm supposed to protect the woman. That's what I was taught. I was taught, put the woman on a pedestal, raise your woman. Protect the woman. Who are you protecting the woman from? The earthquake? Rain? The lion? The bear? Who are we as men? What are we protecting the woman from? Other men. The chances of her being mauled by a bear is very low compared to her being So we protected her from other men because all these men around are potential predators, including the men in her own tribe, in her own family, in her own nation. So she must be protected from other men, even her own. Even her own male, even her own male child, her own son, for whatever reason might unalive her. Because men have been conditioned in civilization to see her as nothing. Her life is nothing. You brought me in the world and I still murder you. I don't care nothing about that. Protect the woman, you say. So what have these men done to protect the woman? They have burned the woman at stake. I've seen pictures where they have turned her upside down and burned them at stake, call her a witch. They've hung her for whatever reason. Dismember her body. These are the men. This is what protect the woman. In some places, to protect her purity, to make sure she's pure for men, while he's a whore, they close up her vagina so the man can't get in to protect her. There's no responsibility for the man. The woman must suffer so she can be pure for this whore. There's no responsibility, no accountability on the man. Because in the civilization built by men, everything is benefit for him. Because the woman, in many cases, she's property. And back in the day, the daughter was the property, and still is in some countries. She's the property of her father. And then when he sell her or trade her in marriage to another piece of trash, she becomes the property of her husband. And she has no rights. Even in the United States of America, how long did it take for women to begin to get any rights? In fact, it was the early 1970s that a woman was able to get a bank account, checking account, without having a signature of a male. Otherwise, it would not be approved. 1970s. That wasn't long ago. And she's still underpaid, doing the same labor as a man. But these are the guys, these are the fellas who protect women. You would think if women were so protected by men, they should be doing pretty damn good. Matter of fact, probably doing better than men. Because they are under the protection of men. Under the protection of men, children. I know I was taught that we're supposed to share. Don't be greedy. Share with your brothers and sisters. That's what we're taught. That's what we're told. But when you become an adult, you don't have to share. You can become greedy. I'm a billionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm a trillionaire. They don't share nothing. And you watch other people suffer. You watch people homeless and you watch people living from paycheck to paycheck and you have no conscience. This is the world that men built. You can't blame nobody else. Even as a child, and I have all this, and I see another child don't have nothing, I want to share what I have. Because I don't want to see another child like myself cry and be suffering and in pain because I don't have. I can solve that problem because I can share. But see, civilization created by men, you don't share nothing. I take. You got a pretty car. I'm not going to ask you for $10 or will you help me buy? So I want a car like that. Will you help me? No, I'm going to take your car. This is the mindset of men. And of course, men will say, women do it too. Women do it too. You are the criminal. You lead the charge. Any woman with that type of behavior comes after you. You do it. The main ones in prison, in your jails are men, not women. Only recently have you seen an influx of women going into incarceration because women aren't built like that, but you are. You're violent. You're destructive. You're greedy. You're selfish. I want mine now. I want what I want when I want it. I want it now. And that's a sign of insanity. You got a war right now because I want what I want when I want it. I'm special. I'm better than you are. I want to control everybody. I want you to drink what I drink. Think how I think. Do what I do. That's the mindset of men. Now, when it's good, they don't mind taking all the credit. Well, look what men do. We done that and men built this. But then when you put on the table and show the reality of what men do, they want to try to distract. They want to point fingers at women and children and your dog Scruffy and things of that nature. You can't get out of this because you wrote the history yourself. And men continue to show the same behaviors to this day. So how can you deny something that you continue to show till this day? And then they justify the foul behaviors with their God that they made up. You never see the God. This God never come to tell us nothing. You have to take their word for whatever. The God never shows up and says nothing. Well, it says in the Bible, it says in the Quran, blah, blah, blah. To justify their foul behavior. Their science. Because they would tell you, this is just a natural order of things. You're a damn lie. We did not see this type of behaviors when human beings were hunters and gatherers. The male and the female understood their role. They understood, I need the woman to do this. Men understood, men do that. And there's an equal balance. And nobody saw their role better or special. This is how we survive. This is how we make it easy on ourselves. And we come together as family to make life easy for us.